Welcome into Fox 18 Sports Sunday. Got some special guests here, the Sharp family, fresh off of the Justin Sharp Memorial Shootout. We got sisters Alyssa and Jacqueline here, as well as brother Jeffrey and father Craig. Thank you guys for being here. Obviously, another extremely successful weekend at the Justin Sharp Shootout. Alyssa, will come to you right away. Just how incredibly rewarding is it to see all of the support you get from the community, the coaches, the players, just everyone attending this event?
We appreciate it so much. I mean, it's been 15 years, and the volunteers just keep pouring in. And they remember Justin, and so they honor him. So it's great to see that he still has an impact on the community.
It's wild to believe that it's 15 years that this has been going on, and every year continuing to grow. And it's been a success the whole way. Jacqueline, what have you seen in terms of just how this has grown and just the progression of this event overall?
I think it's been a beautiful thing for us as a family and for the community. A lot of people have told me that they come to the tournament year after year, and my first thought is always thinking about how Justin would feel knowing that this was happening and knowing that after his passing he's made such an impact and been able to touch so many lives.
And it's been a huge impact nonetheless. So no, it's been every year been able to raise thousands upon thousands of dollars, and we'll get to just how much that's grown over the years in a few minutes. But Jeffrey, coming to you, you know, being his brother, I know this is something with the family that touches you guys so directly, and to be able to see how many other people are affected by this and how many people just care in general to come out for this every year, that's got to make you feel great.
Well, like Alyssa said, you know, the people who knew Justin, that makes sense that they all still are so passionate about it and they give so much effort to it. But the really cool thing is, even like the core group of volunteers, we're getting to a point where there's almost more people who didn't even meet Justin, weren't alive when he was here or weren't in the family to meet him, and they, you know, they see our passion and they just buy into it, and it's so nice that we can bring new people into the fold, because we want this to keep going for really forever and ever. And so we understand that there'll come a day when I won't be here at the shootout, but the people who take over for us, that's really the coolest part about it to me.
Rallying behind the cause. Obviously, leukemia, the big, you know, overall outreach for this whole thing, getting some research done to hopefully gain some ground in that fight. But Craig, you know, coming to you 15 years ago, you were thinking about how to start something like this. I know, along with Coach Tom Sigel. Tell me about how that developed and, you know, how it's led to where we're at now.
So the March of his senior year, when we were down at Peoria for the state tournament, I had friends and we went on the state tournament every year, and we just went and had lunch with Coach Sigel, and we just started talking about what we might be able to do. And there had been some summer basketball tournaments in the Quad Cities in the past, and they were weren't doing much or were dying off or whatever. And he said, you know, let's do this. And we talked about how we could make it work and who we needed to get involved, and it's gotten easy now, but we had no idea how to do it at the time. But we've had so much help from so many different people, and that is one good thing. Coach Sigel's been here. He was Justin's coach. So the fact that he has such an emotional connection to Justin makes it a lot easier to know that he's always going to be there to help us. Now, obviously, again, like Jeffrey said, at some point we want this to go on beyond me and beyond Coach Sigel, and we're working to hopefully make that happen. But Coach Sigel's been a big part of it. But yeah, we just had lunch down in Peoria during the state basketball tournament and talked about what we could do. That's why we started it this summer after Justin's senior year, right after he passed away. That's why he hasn't even been gone 15 years and we've had 15 tournaments. So it's kind of weird how that works. I haven't figured out that math yet, but it works that way. So.
Well, it's certainly created a lasting effect already to this point. Could you have imagined that it would be where it's at right now?
No.
I mean, just 15 years later?
No. The Morris Summer Basketball Tournament was a big time. It was the best one in the state back then, and they had girls and boys. So I went there. I was there for when Jacqueline played. I was there when Justin played, and they did everything pretty darn well there. And that's the one we talked about. You know, let's try to make it as good as Morris if we can. And that was the pie in the sky thought. But you know, I think with the help we've gotten, it probably is as good as Morris used to be, and it's awesome that it's been able to happen.
We mentioned the community support, how many people are rallying behind this. Coach Sigel's connection, obviously the basketball program in general. Jeffrey, what was it about Justin that you think brings so many people out, and especially with the people who knew him directly? He clearly touched a lot of people.
I think that we all knew Justin was destined for greatness. He he was destined for greatness because he settled for nothing less, and he was more driven than anybody I've ever met in my life. And so when he wasn't, obviously able to continue on with his life and reach all these mountaintops that we knew he was going to get to, I think honestly he would have been a backup point guard in the NBA right now. I seriously do. And he wasn't able to do those things because obviously he passed away. So I think we all kind of picked up the torch and said, you know what, you're still going to get there, and that's what we're trying to do for him and his legacy. Is we're going to try to get him to that mountaintop still.
And it's been working up to this point. The work ethic, obviously, is the huge part about it, how much he touched so many people with that, leading by example a long way. So we got plenty more to talk with the Sharp family here about the shootout, something new that you guys had this year, a brand new outreach that's going to touch even more lives. So very exciting to see that continue. We'll be right back. This is Fox 18 Sports Sunday.